Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 14 of Direwolf20's server play. Ari, Soren, lots of other people. What's up everybody?
Go Soren!
Go Mini-Me!
Soren's being carried around by his mini-me.
Yo-ho, little one!
Get carried!
Yeah, I can apparently lift now.
Yeah.
Do you even lift, bro?
He does, I don't.
I feel like mini-me does, but yeah, Soren?
He can do it much more proficiently than I can.
Like, I've met Soren, and I can say pretty safely that I doubt that he lifts.
The only thing I would lift is a sweet tea from Chick-fil-A.
Not that I lift,
Those are the
but
best.
like, yeah.
Oh, I'm drinking one right now.
What's going on, Ari? How's your farm doing?
So good.
Yeah?
And productive. And producey.
I believe that's
Yeah.
productive. Yes.
Yes, we have a lot of food, and I came up with an idea, and I did some research. You would be so proud of me. I did actual homework.
Nice.
Oh.
Go on.
Yeah. So I went and looked up on Thaumcraft. Like, I looked up what it would take to build the golems, kind of like what we used before.
Okay.
So I wanted to see if it would be something that I could research, which it seems like it would take a little bit of research for me to do it, even though I have all the materials to do it. I need a wheat golem and a clay golem, one to harvest and one to gather.
Okay.
And then I just need a shard, like the intelligent shard, for the straw golem so that it'll replant it.
Okay. Does anybody know if golems work with Pam's plants?
Should do.
Well, so the Pam's plans are broken. The good news is the Pam's plans are broken where you don't actually right-click them right now to pick the fruit off. You do actually have to break them. So I think that's why it will work.
I think the golem compatibility is the entire reason that you can plant them without turning them into seeds.
What now?
Because the golems, when they replant, they only replant what they pick up. So I think the fact that you can plant most of the produce without turning it into a seed by crafting is because of golems.
Okay. Interesting.
Some of them you do have to turn into seeds, though.
Those ones won't work with golems.
Yeah, so that's like the seaweed, but I think that there's only a few like rare ones that do that. It's like 3 of them. It's seaweed, and it's rice, and it's dragon fruit, where you have to do that, and the rest of them you can, like the eggplant, you can just automatically replant it. So those would be the only ones, but those are ones that we don't need a ton of materials for, so I wouldn't be as concerned about those.
All right, we can give it a shot. We'll see what happens.
Research is what we're gonna do. Well, you did the actual Thaumcraft research, but
I've already got a lot. I've got some of the research done. I think I've got most of what you need done. But you want
has all of it done.
I have straw golems. I don't think I have clay golems yet, though.
Well, I have bricks and wheat for you, and then I have some fire shards.
Oh, okay, cool. I got some soul sand because I know I need some of that. Some zombie flesh. All right. I just tried to do a little bit of Thaumcraft crafting in a crucible. Has anybody tried that yet? Because I am having trouble getting it to work properly.
Yeah, it messed up big time. You might want to use my thaumatorium.
Yeah?
I guess we're going to Kutz's base.
Sounds like it.
I'm already there.
So the crucible crafting is broken then? I'm not making that up?
No, I had huge trouble. It took me like 7 or 8 attempts to get my first niter to put underneath the crucible.
All right. Well, I like dumped it all in the crucible and it didn't work, so I just cheated myself the Nitor from NEI because, yeah, I cheat. I cheat when things are broken.
Yeah, when things are broken. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when things are broken, that's when I cheat. So where in your thaumatorium do you have like the? I'm guessing you have like the auto crafting bit.
Well, it doesn't have any stuff stored. You put a piece of glowstone in on the left side, and it will give you the available recipes, and you tick it on, and then you'd have to melt down the parts in the furnace.
Oh yeah, but that's what I'm looking for. Oh, there it is.
There's 2 jars in the output box from Thaumatorium as well.
I see. So that's the alchemical furnace. Here it is. There we go. Okay. So I'd have to use this thing since it's not working without the other thing. So I guess the first thing we'll want.
You're welcome.
What you doing?
Soren gave me skinny jeans.
Do what now?
That's not what I called them, but okay.
He gave me skinny jeans.
I gave her fancy pants.
Look how skinny my legs look, Soren.
Yes. I don't know the answer to that, so I'm just gonna go with yes.
These are the
That's
people
always
I
the
hang out
correct
with.
answer.
No, it's not always the correct answer. It is not.
All right, so I definitely want a straw golem. So for that, I'm going to need like the
button
straw
thing.
block.
In that case, it's not true.
Oh, that's really cool that the jars work with the potion shelves. That's awesome.
Yeah, but they don't work with it as when they're there. They don't work with the environment, which is sad.
They're just for a bit. It still looks really cool. Stored
does
like
look
that.
It does.
Saves a lot of room.
I feel
Yeah,
like I should
I
take
like
all
that.
these and then go put them in my own room.
Oh, I see. So you've got... Okay, so I can use the essentia that's in the jars if you already have the stuff that I need.
Please don't use the lux from the jars around the around the infusion altar because they're. I need all of that for 4 infusions later.
Oh, okay.
So we can use all of it. Okay.
Cool. I don't think you actually have any jars.
This is how
though,
people
that I
get
need.
angry with Soren.
Yes, it's like, oh, no, this is easy. We'll return it later. And we don't.
Can I get something for you, Dyer? Or is that not something I can help with?
No, I don't think so. I'm going
We
to...
can, like, play patty cake or something.
Here's what I'm
like
going
that.
to do. I'm going to come back in a minute after I get some jars, I think, is what I'm going to have to do. So we'll be back in a minute, guys. All right, guys, we're back. Cuts let me borrow his goggles so I can see what's in these jars. So I believe that now I have some meto. So I can hook that up. I can throw this in here. I can do this. And I want Golem Animation Core Harvest. So then I'll need another jar with some of the wheat aspect in it. Can I empty out one of your jars that is, I know, to be common?
Yeah, get the
Like-
there's 2 of metal.
Yeah, and metal's like not used for anything and the most common of all things.
I feel like we come into Cut's house and he just gets more worried because we're like, can we use this?
That's many
Alright, so the other thing I want then is some wheat.
Do you need
Wanna know
meat?
what
I have some.
No, I think we're good. I think this will be enough. What's that?
What are we here for?
I don't
We're
know.
making golems, Soren.
Yeah,
Yeah, making
Soren.
golem cores.
Well, he is. What are we doing?
What are you holding?
A frying pan. Hey.
Sounds glorious. Well, you're the
Hang on,
one who
where'd
hit
mine
that,
go?
like takes half a heart. Blah!
Alright, so this might work.
Yeah, mine's manual and got shot.
Yeah, come here. This
So I
is
need
knockback
harvest.
to the fullest. It doesn't do damage though, so come here, Terrence.
Hooray! There's the harvest one. Cool.
Fly.
Alright.
Pull
And
my
then we
helmet
also
as well.
want a core for gather. So that'll be gold and
Oh.
Hey, I tell you what. Hang on, come on here.
Oh yeah?
the way we have to work around stuff when we have bugs. I'll tell you, man. Forgecraft.
Yeah.
Right.
This is what happens.
Right, give me a countdown. I'll jump.
Fly!
I was gonna jump.
Me and Dyer, like, I'm trying to learn what Dyer's doing, and Soren and Cuz are out there hitting each other with frying pans.
No, it's just one way.
Welcome to Forgecraft.
It's every day on here. It's like a daycare for adults.
You know what's a daycare?
Can I borrow
Now it's even
a
more
couple
like a
pieces of
daycare.
gold cuts? I forgot
I have
some.
basically. I've got no gold.
I have some,
I'm
Dyer.
really low on
I'll go
all
get
metals.
you some.
Yay!
Okay. Yeah, hook
How
me up with
much
some
do you need?
gold. I think like 3 or 4. 3 should be good.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm gonna
Oh,
get
is it
some
because
for you.
of Lucran?
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm walking, I can fly.
You're like
I got
Peter
like
Pan.
20 emeralds from
Yeah!
Quets.
Except
Nah, I don't want to burn up
not
emeralds.
as cool as some Peter Pans. Ooh.
I knew I forgot something.
I got you covered.
Nice.
He's got this. These
Yeah,
new
this is a
dark
lot
levels.
harder to do when your crucibles aren't working.
Yeah.
I prefer Thaumatorium.
I thought I had some cooked, but hold on, let me smell what I have.
I like it, don't get me wrong. It's just when you don't have that tech level yet.
Yeah, I thought I had some
Potato.
smelted already, but apparently I didn't. So now I'm smelting it, and I'll be over in just a sec.
Okay. We'll be back in a minute, guys. Alright, guys, we're back. And I think I've got everything I need for this. So, I'm going to make a straw golem.
Oh, I see it in the top. That's cool.
Yeah. That. There we go. I was like, why isn't it running?
Oh.
And now I'm going to make a wood golem. Apparently Greatwood logs can make Nitor? That's new.
They can.
What? What?
Yeah. I put a Greatwood log
Did
in
it
here
just
and
give you that?
it said I could make a Nitor. Alright, Ari, you should be all set.
Woo! Okay. We're gonna test
There
this
you go.
out and see how it goes.
Alright, I want to see your farm anyway, so I'll meet you guys over there.
Okay.
First base.
Oh, I do like this, Ari.
Yes.
This is a nice looking table.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
it is.
Bibliocraft adds some really cool stuff for people
It's
who
gonna
design
look
better
so
than me.
caverny.
So yeah, I'm totally interested in seeing the farm because I haven't looked at it in a while.
Yeah.
Soren did a lot of work, and so did Scott. Scott fixed the walls and
Nice.
cuts
Oh, yeah.
helped by using the wand.
Oh, it does look fancy.
Look at all the multi-parts
Does
and
it?
walls and the sky and oh my goodness.
How many multi-parts do you have going on here, Soren?
There's a lot of like this wall
Yeah.
that you're next to right here.
Yeah.
These grass blocks are multi-parts.
What? Why?
So
Because
you
we
see
had
the
to
wall
make-
that's this wood piece.
Yeah.
Come over here. It's the same block space as this grass block,
Okay.
so it's flush. So if I
Okay.
remove this one right here, or not. Wow, these are the times I
Basically,
wish
you
I
were
had
seeing the
axe.
side of the dirt when you were here, and we wanted it to kind of be like a valley. So the only way to do that was to make those grass covers, and then use the wood cover on the side.
I like all the fancy
crushed.
lanterns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're very
Soren
fancy.
owed me those. He shut down the server
That's
one
for
time
when
while I was
we,
trying to work.
Yeah,
Kill the
he's
server
like
with
equal
equal
trade
trade focus.
ones. Like I was asking Cuts, can I have equal trade? He's like, sure, I can make it real quick. He threw it over to me, I right-clicked right away, and it crashed the server good.
Nice.
Yeah.
I crashed my transfer node. What?
All right.
Um,
So you want to put down one of your golems and see if they start doing stuff?
Yes.
So you'll need a
I
chest.
Have, one sec. I'll go make one out here. So the straw golem is the one that's going to do the harvesting, and the wood golem is the one that's going to do the gathering, correct?
If you want, yeah. That's what I'd recommend doing.
Make
Yeah,
sure with the harvesting one that you put the upgrade in before you put the harvest core in, otherwise it'll run off and start pulling up stuff without replanting.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to make the upgrade. Let me go make that real quick, guys. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're
Okay.
back. So yeah. So all right, put down the first
Okay.
put down the straw golem somewhere in like the center-ish of this area,
Okay.
and then put the order upgrade on him.
Got it. He's got all of them.
He's got the
Oh,
order
I gotta
upgrade
put
too.
the chest down. Yeah.
Is he replanting? Yeah, it looks like he is.
Yeah. Can I put the chest down here for now?
Yeah, if you want.
There, I'll just put it there. Does that work?
Maybe. It might be weird that it's up off the ground like that, but we'll see if the golem has any problem with it. So now get the wood golem and right-click the wood golem on the chest.
Okay, right click him on the chest.
Yeah. And that'll make the chest his home, and then you do that, and then he should start getting stuff and putting it in
Oh,
the chest. for you.
perfect.
So yeah, that's working.
So then will this straw golem, I want him to go over here and do this stuff. Or does he have a radius?
We just
He
have a
does.
range.
Okay, so we will need multiple golems for all of these areas then.
Yeah, probably. We can upgrade him to
gosh,
have
okay.
longer ranges, but
Okay.
it looks like he has he should have a larger radius than that.
Yeah, because the other golems went really far.
He's got a 3-block radius. That seems
The
wrong.
harvest
to me.
ones are pretty small.
Are they?
You need to give them the perception upgrades and stuff. Is it water, is it? But you've only got one upgrade slot on those anyway.
Yeah. So you might want some better golems. Oh, and the flesh golems
Okay.
are forbidden knowledge. Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
So that's basically that's what I wanted to test, is that they would be able to work in pairs with this.
Yeah,
And it seems like that's what they're doing.
definitely. The
Okay.
the
Okay.
gather
Happy
golem
little
might have a
teams.
longer radius, so you
Yeah,
could
Gather's got a radius 16, I think.
is it? And because he
I
doesn't
have
need an
one
order
managing
upgrade, he could have
I
a he
have
could
one
have a
of them
site
managing
upgrade.
4 farms. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Ari. So I am going to leave
Awesome.
you to have fun with the farm because I need to go
Thank
work
you.
on some stuff. Have you seen our new base?
I have not.
You should come check it out. Soren did a nice job.
Okay, let me grab some berries really quick.
Okay. Alright guys, we're back. So, now what I want to do is a little bit more auto crafting. So I made myself some more smart cables because I want to show you guys a nifty way to compact your channels. Do you know how to do this, Soren? It's sneaky, which is why I like it. Soren? Push to talk?
There we go. There we go. We're good.
Yeah. Alright. Just I thought so,
I'm
but
distracted right now.
I can see that.
It's better than a donut.
Yeah. Alright, so I've tested this in single player. I think I have a good idea on how this is going to work. So notice, if you come back to the back of our AE system here, Soren.
Yeah.
See how we're using 8 channels there? So
Yeah.
typically at this point, we would need some dense cable and run it like all the way over to here. But dense cable is really expensive, and I don't want to make that right now. So I'm going to like work around that limitation by using P2P networks.
Ooh.
Yeah, watch this. If I do this, that should have broken. Come on.
Oh. I got you.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Check
gonna
this
take
out.
the bed, folks. Have a fun evening.
Later, buddy.
You.
Yeah,
No.
Prague.
User left your channel.
I can't wait till we get auto crafting done because this is going to be a lot easier with auto crafting. But the basic gist is we can run a bunch of channels through a P2P network. And all we have to do is
Yeah.
this. Now, you know what I need is one of those memory doohickey guys. Memory card needs a calculation processor. Okay.
Just to say, you got a whole lot of like flux going on in the workshop from the crucible.
Do I?
Yeah, there's like a lot of gas in the ceiling.
In a really bad way, or?
Well, there was 5 blocks of it.
Oh. I have to reconnect this. Come back, P2P network thingy. Alright, so that should run again. Silicone and redstone. I am so close to being able to autocraft these things, and it will be glorious.
Autocraft all the things.
There we go, memory card. Alright, that's better. Let's try that again now that I have the memory card. So we want a P2P tunnel here. We want this here. And then over here, we want basically... I want this whole setup to be on a P2P tunnel. So I'm going to do this, I think. Let me rewind this stuff. This is hard to do in bat mode. Okay. Ah! Didn't want to do that. Okay, that's good. So we P2P this guy. And just so I can show you guys how this works, I'm putting that there. So basically, if we say store the memory settings on this thing and load them over here, the only other thing we need to do is make sure that this line receives power. So like there's nothing powering this line right now. So in order to do that and to prevent it from connecting to the network, we can use quartz fiber. which can be used to share power, but not data.
Fancy.
And we can do that, and that, and that. And then, what we should wind up with, I hope, if everything's working correctly,
Looks like this is on.
right? So this guy is using up his 8 channels, like it was before. So all 8 channels are in use. And over here, we're using all 8 channels. But this line here, if I break and put a... Notice it's only using 2 channels.
Huh.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. So it's basically a sub-network.
Right. So what I'm going to do here then, instead of having the smart cable here, I only need 2 thick cables here. So instead of having to run like the thick cabling all the way over to here, I really only need like thick cabling coming out of this thing. I only need 1 of them. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah. For the most part.
So I think in order to get the dense cable fluix, I need 4 cables. And then I'm going to actually change that into, is there a dense cable that shows, maybe dense cable by itself already shows? There we go. That should do. Cool. Actually, let me redo this.
How's it coming?
It's going. It's just a little bit hard because of the bat mode like ability to do things.
Here, we'll take this for a moment then.
That's all right. I'll be okay. I'm almost
Sure.
done. Because also being small is helping.
Okay.
That should be better. Cool. So this is saving me having to run dense cabling the whole long way. Cool. So you can see here that we're using, you know, the dense cabling there. We've got a little bit of network usage, right? We're using 8 channels of the 32 that are available in dense, but instead of having to run dense cabling all the way along, we're using P2P networks to kind of say this, right? So this P2P channel is now full, but then I can have another P2P channel that comes off of it for another set of machines, which I'm going to need to do in a minute because I want to have the last inscriber set up. So long story short, that's pretty cool, I think. Complicated, but neat. All right, we'll be back because I want to set up another P2P channel. I'll be right there. All right, guys, so let's recap. We're using all 8 channels on this wire right here, right? But now if I want to have another setup, for example, oh, and what's the thing that prevents cables from connecting? Cable anchors?
You should be able to use multi-parts.
Yeah, cable anchors. We've even got some. They're really easy to make. So I can stick a cable anchor here to prevent the cable from connecting to the interface. So what I want, basically, is... I'm going to put it here, too. An inscriber.
Did you break another glass block?
Nope.
I heard it. Yes, you did. Oh my gosh.
Can't prove anything. So I want another inscriber here. And this should share power from here, but that's not that big a deal. So what I'm going to have is actually, this is actually going to be tricky. No, it's not. Will be cool. Hopefully this will work. Nice. And then cable. And you'll notice the cable is not connecting to this stone thing there. So we're going to run cabling here. What's this connected to? Oh, yeah, I don't think I even need this cable anymore. Well, that I do need. All right, so nice. So this will be another P2P network that we will load the memory settings and then hook this guy in. Sweet. So you can see this is connected now. This is where we're going to configure this. So into the top, so this isn't actually going to be the interface. This is going to be the export bus. There we go. So we want an export bus for Redstone. And that should start filling Redstone into the middle there. And then we want, I think I'm actually tight on stuff there, so we might have to move this a little bit. No, we'll be alright. I can finagle it.
Technical term?
Yeah.
Okay.
You've never heard the word finagle before?
I have. I'm just making sure you're using it technically.
Okay, yeah, no, absolutely. Clearly. Like, how else would I be using it, Soren? Let's be honest.
Unwisely.
What? How is that an answer to anything?
I have no idea. Just go with it.
What?
Okay, I don't know.
So printed silicon goes into the bottom at all times, and then into the top will be the interface connection. So we'll have a cable coming in here. We'll have that, not import bus, but interface. And because we don't want these guys to connect, like that, and that should be cool. So do I have any more smart cable? I do. So this is using, nice. That's awesome, 3 channels.
Nice.
So I've got some more channels available for some other machines to be right here next to this thing. I'm also going to need one more thing. I'm going to need an import bus. Unfortunately, it needs to be on the side, so we're running out of sides on this block, but we should be cool. So then the interface here is where we can put our recipes. So, for example, you ready for this? This is going to be cool. So I put this stuff away, and I'm going to create a recipe that says, let me get 2 of these.
Okay, that
Start.
works.
Dun dun dun. So this should be crafting, yes. And then what I'm going to do is stick this in here. And what will happen is I'll say, you put a printed logic circuit board in, you're going to wind up getting out the logic processor. And because we're export busing our printed silicon and redstone, those things fill up automatically. Oh, this is perfect, Soren. This is
Nice.
100% working. So now we set the pattern, printed logic circuit yields this dude, export, go. And then I do the same for the other patterns, you know, for the diamond and the logic one. Cool. So now I should very much easily be able to come over here and say, give me another logic circuit. Next, start. And you'll notice that the printed logic circuit's gone. It's over here. It's getting printed. It's getting pulled into the system. And then the system automatically replaces the redstone and printed silicon for the next crafting operation. That is cool. And then I just have to fill in more interface blocks and just say, like, you know, we just fill in the rest. Like the other 2 patterns go in here, and we've auto-crafted all of our printed circuit boards and such for a... How cool is that? And we got to use P2P tunnels to allow more channels through stuff, and that is cool as well.
Nice.
I think that's awesome. and we'll be back in a minute. All right, Soren, here's my favorite part. You remember how in AE1 you'd have interfaces all over the place and you'd have to like run around to actually like interact with them?
Uh-huh.
So check out this nifty gadget. It's called, you ready for this?
Oh, oh,
The ME
oh.
Interface Terminal.
Ooh, oh,
Oh.
oh. Ooh, okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
So what you do is, for example, let's say that I wanted to get 2 of these guys, right? So I'm requesting them and start, and they should start running. And you can, by the way, right-click on this thing. You can see the crafting status if you right-click on the crafting storage block. You can also see it from any terminal by clicking on the little hammer on the top right.
Ooh. Okay.
So
kind of like a
let's
quick
say,
access.
yeah. So
Yeah.
real quick, I'm going to make this thing here, craft, and then I want a blank pattern. What's this thing called? Engineering processor. So what I can do now is use the blank pattern, specify this, encode it here, and then right from the ME interface terminal, I can just insert it on the line right there, I think.
Oh, I can't see it when you do that. There's.
Maybe it's not working that I can insert it there. I thought I could interact with it directly. Let's see. I thought I could put things in and out. I can pull it out. There we go. It's working now. All right. See? So on the interface terminal, you can like actually insert your recipes right from there.
Neat.
How cool is that?
I like it.
So the interface terminal allows you to interact with all your interfaces because you actually use interfaces to craft vanilla crafting table recipes as well.
Right.
Which we'll see probably in a future episode. So for now, you can kind of see all kinds of cool stuff. It's also showing me the ME drive. I don't know. Oh, because there's an interface. I gotcha. Because I have an interface here. It's probably connected to the ME drive, and that's what it's showing me. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Anyway, guys, I think we have to wrap up the episode for now. So hope you enjoyed this episode. Auto crafting with AE2 is very cool. And as you can see, you can do some cool stuff with it. I mean, it's awesome. We'll be playing with this, obviously, yikes, a bit more in the near future. But for now, at least, we've got this whole crafting mechanic complete. We've got room along this line of this wall here for future craftings. So if we want to do, like, you know, set up an interface for a pulverizer and a macerator and all that stuff, like, no problemo. So we'll probably do that in the future. But I think, Soren, I would like to rather quickly get some quarrying going.
Yeah, that would actually be helpful, wouldn't it?
Yes. And you know what I want to use this time?
I'm thinking something magic-y.
Yeah, I told you earlier that I want to use blood magic.
You did, and it's blood magic.
So blood magic has a new, well, not new, but he's modified the way that the mining ritual works, and it's very cool. And I want to be able to show that and also use it because I think we could do a really cool mining build with it.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, guys. So for now, Daryl20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.